Hello and welcome to the Game Shed with me, Jamie. I'm going to do a quick tutorial video today to show you how to clean up old yellowed Game Boy carts. Now this is something I bought recently on eBay. It is disgusting. Look at the colour here. You can see just along the top the original colour and the rest of the cart yellowed. On the back there's a very dark black sticker and some aging. And I'm going to clean this up and hopefully make it look something like this. So really brighten this casing, remove all this gunk on the back, and I'm going to show you how to do this for hopefully not too much trouble nor too much money. So you are going to need a few bits and pieces before we get going. You will need a game bit screwdriver. Okay, so I bought myself a big multi-pack screwdriver set, and it's got every single part that you could imagine. You can open up Xbox controllers, you can open up original Game Boys, you can open up all sorts of stuff with this, and in there were a pair of game bit screwdriver ends there. You're going to need some potentially masking tape, although this is optional. If you've got stickers on yours like I do here, you're going to probably want some sticker remover or gunk remover. There's loads of stuff on the market for this. You are going to want some isopropyl alcohol here. Here's a bottle I've had around for ages, a 500ml thing. This is good for cleaning up the surface, and once you get inside the cart itself, cleaning up the cart, so when you stick it into your Game Boy you don't get that error message where you have to blow in the cartridge slot. This should work every time after we've cleaned it. You're going to need some cotton buds, or as you might know them, Q-tips. You're going to probably want some of this if you've got some really bad yellowing. Now this is cream peroxide. This cost about £2, about $2 on Amazon. Came next day delivery, and this is for bleaching your hair. I won't be bleaching my hair. I will be effectively bleaching this cartridge, okay, without damaging this label. And what else you're going to need? You're going to want one of these. You might have to speak to a loved one about this, or you might want to invest in your own. This is, as you can see there, turned on the lights, this is to dry fingernails once you've painted your fingernails. You can see here my fingernails are perfect. I don't need to paint them, right? They're gorgeous things there. And what this will do, this will speed up the process of this peroxide. You can see here the blue lights here, the UV lights, so that will really get this peroxide working fast. You're going to probably want a microfiber cloth. I use this to dry off the cartridge once everything's said and done, and I'm going to use that to wipe off the gunk after we've applied some sticker remover. You're going to probably want some tin foil as well. The tin foil, once the cartridges are in here, I'm just going to block off the entrance to hold all the light in there to reflect it back on the game cartridges. And you are going to want some of this cling film, or saran wrap as you might know it, just some household kitchen stuff, and you're going to wrap your cartridge in that once you have done what you need to do. So first and foremost, let us just apply here the game bit to open up the cart. There you go, you can see I've already got to the screw is out, so put that somewhere safe. I'll pop it down there. And to open up a Game Boy cart, really simple, just slide the front panel down and that should open up. There you go. And there is your circuit board. So this, on the face of it, it looks pretty in good nick, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lie this cloth down here. I'm going to get one of these Q-tips, and in this bowl here, just a little kind of tea bag bowl or whatever you might have knocking around, I poured in some isopropyl alcohol, so I'm just going to soak that Q-tip in there. It's a clean, sorry, I should refer to it as a cotton bud. It's a clean one, so I'm just going to literally just rub the circuit contacts here. Get it nice and clean. See, this cartridge has probably never ever been opened since the early 90s when it was made, so there's just bits of dust and grime and dirt in there from everyday usage and living. Just give it a good old polish. There we go, that should now work 100% of the time when I pop that into the Game Boy. Not much dirt has come off it, so that's a good sign. Pop that to one side. Now, the complicated bit is here, and this is how we are going to brighten this up. Now I'm going to get another tool, and the reason I didn't mention this is because I forgot. But you could get a cutting board or a bit of newspaper. All you're going to need to do is just protect your surface, whatever you're working on. I'm working on my computer desk, so I'm just putting down a bit of cardboard, nothing fancy around there. So once I've done that, I'm going to lay this here, and I'm going to lay this here. And what I'm going to do for you, firstly, if I get that good cartridge here, you can see the backs here, how different they are, okay? So I'm hoping at the end of this video to do a comparison. And if I show you the fronts, you can very, very clearly see how much more yellow this WWF Superstars is. Look at that. This is a great example of a non-discoloured game. Right, so now what you're going to need to do, I'm going to start with the stickers here, and I'm going to grab this sticker remover. Just open that up, child safety, and I'm just going to get another Q-tip, a nice clean one, make sure it's dry. I'm going to dip that in to this sauce here, and I'm just going to liberally apply it to the back to sort of coat. Look at that, they've even coloured this sticker in with a black marker pen by the looks of things, so it's already coming off. This is highly smelly. It's I'd definitely recommend opening a window or two if you're applying this stuff, but look, it's already melting away here, which is really good. So, wow. I'm going to go and get some kitchen cloth. I didn't realise that this would come up quite so easily. I'm going to soak some kitchen cloth in this, and I'm just going to rub it until all the black comes off, and then we can peel the label off. So, I will see you in just a sec. So look at this, as I lift off the black pen, it says here, this game, there's a Game Master sticker, so this sticker is clearly a freebie on the front of Games Master magazine. It says this game, I assume, belongs to, and that can't really make out the name, possibly Billy. So Billy's obviously at some point lost this game, or lent it to a friend who's coloured it in black permanent pen. And now, many moons later, I am uncovering the history of this wrestling game on the Game Boy. So I'm going to carry on just soaking this label in this sticker remover. You can see already what's come off, and eventually that sticker will lift, and then we can begin the next process. So we're nearly there. Shouldn't take too much longer. Got a bit of residue here, some pen around there. This sticker remover stuff should get rid of all of that. But if you're at all worried about the surface of whatever it is you're applying this stuff to, if you think this is too corrosive or whatever you, if you don't like the chemicals, maybe they affect you, there is another way to remove stickers on old things. And all you need to do is apply heat. Heat will re-engage the glue, and you should be able to just peel off the sticker. Now, you don't need anything fancy like a heat gun. You should have all you need in the house already: a simple domestic hairdryer. Apply the hairdryer, get it nice and warm, and then you should just be able to lift that sticker off. Very useful tool, the hairdryer, if you're modifying, cleaning and whatnot. So let me crack on and get this done, because this is boring me now. Right, that's done now. That's the best I can do. I'm just going to clean this up now with some more isopropyl alcohol. Just going to apply it there, wash off the remaining sticker remover there, give it a nice clean surface. You can see though, there seems to be some discoloration in the plastic here. I don't know what that is. it looks like the pen, the chemical in the pen, has interacted with the plastic to leave quite a deep stain in there. So I'll be interested to see how that comes out after the final process. I believe there's also a little bit of pen there as well that wouldn't come off with the alcohol. So I don't know if this is going to come out with our cream peroxide, but it'd be very interesting to find out. So just going to wipe this down and then we'll get on with the final process. Okie dokie. So the next process is going to be to apply the good stuff. But what I'm going to do, I'm actually, just for the sake of it, I'm going to mask off the label here. I do believe this whole process, it won't actually damage the label, but I'm gonna mask it off anyway, because maybe you want to see how that's done. Maybe that's something you do want to do. As I said, I'm really not interested in masking it off, but for the sake of this video, I will. I've got some ordinary household masking tape and a pair of scissors. All you're going to do is just cut a few strips off and mask off, I should say, the edges of the label there. Masking tape obviously will come off very, very easily, and you can take as much time as you want with this, or do it as roughly as you like. Let's just show you roughly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sort of line the straightest edges up with the label, like so. Doesn't need to be perfect at all, but we just want to mask off the edges of the label. Boom, that's it. That's as far as I want to go. Really rough, but that'll do it. Okay, next phase. You're going to want to lay down some cling film here. Now, you only need enough to kind of surround the... I hate these boxes. In fact, I hate this product. You only need enough cling film just to surround sort of your Game Boy cart. So there you go. I'm just going to lie that down. It's only a small bit, and I'm going to get the back first. I'm just going to lay it down there. That's all there is to it. And then I'm going to get my peroxide. Give it a good old shake. Let's open that up. It's a child-proof opening. Let's go in there. I'm going to get my Q-tip. You can just pour this on if you want. I'm just going to show you how to do it nice and smooth. And then just literally paint this peroxide on. Being really liberal, especially around the yellow bits or any discoloured parts like I've got. As I said, I'm not too sure about these black bits on the cart. I don't know if they're going to come up or not, but you are going to see a very, very noticeable difference in the end of this video, just with these yellow bits particularly. I'm just going to get all over, just to make sure that we've got some good coverage. And there we go. Right, that is one cart part done. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to fold this over. Now I've got that covered now. I don't need any of this excess. Just going to snip that off or tear it, whatever you want to do. Maybe get a craft knife. If you're using knives and that, if you're young, I'd recommend this whole process be done by an adult, because there are chemicals involved, there are blades involved, there's hot surfaces and all that good stuff. So there we go, that's part one done. Now I'm going to do part two. There you go, that's what it should just look like. A little parcel of peroxide and Game Boy casing. Now, let me move some of this stuff out of the way and I will show you the final process. Right, so this, as mentioned earlier, this is the nail. Oh, it's got a cotton bud inside. Oh, and the bottom's fallen off. This is a nail drying thing. I don't know what it's called. Sorry, I'm not into that world. It's a very simple bit of kit. It's just a timer with some LEDs underneath, some ultraviolet LEDs underneath. There are 3 settings on this. It's like this button's 10 seconds, that's 30 seconds, that's a minute. That's all the light goes on for. Now you're going to need to bleach these for a couple of hours, maybe an hour. You can open it up, test it, maybe apply some more peroxide, it's up to you. But of the last one I did, it took about 45 minutes, and that's great. However, if you were listening carefully, you'll see that there are only 3 options for this thing. So it turns off maximum after a minute. So you're going to need to keep on just bop, ping it back on. Very frustrating. Maybe there are ones out there which don't automatically turn off, but you know, you can make your own box, Perspex box with some UV strip lighting, and you can put that in there. No timers with that. Brilliant. But this, as I said, it turns off after a minute. It's highly frustrating. But all you're going to do, you're just going to pop them in there, lie them side by side, like so. You can see in there. There they are. They're just lying down there. And then to finish it off, all I'm going to do, I'm going to get a bit of household tin foil. I'm just going to shut the entrance there, just with enough so I can see that the light, every time the light goes off, you can see it glowing there. And every time it does go off, I'm just going to tap the back and turn it back on. So yeah, you're going to need to be situated near this process if you have a self-timer thing. Come back after an hour, check it, maybe half an hour, depending on how stained it is. But you should have yourself a very bright cartridge. I'll be back after about an hour and we'll see how this has turned out. So here is the final product. A couple of hours later, I'd say roughly sort of 3 hours. I took it out at about the 2 hour mark. I had a look, there was still a lot of discoloration around this area, and on the back. So I applied a lot more of the cream peroxide, and again put the cling film over it, popped it back under the UV light, making sure to press that button every minute or so. And this is the result, and I am absolutely delighted. Now, here is the cart I held it up against last time, and you can see very little difference. There is still a slight bit of discoloration if you want to get really picky, but you don't have that big telltale sign that it was yellowed that we had before, that sort of sweeping arch up here. It's a little bit, it could probably go for another hour or so down here to really get it to shine. But how did the back of this cartridge fare? Let's have a look. Boom. Almost good as new. There's that black mark I thought wasn't going to come out. You can see it is grey. It's just a little discoloured. And this one up the top, comparing that to the back of a normal cart. So not too bad. So now, of just my loose carts, you can see the discoloured ones here in the middle. If I was to pop this WWF Superstars just next to some of the lightly discoloured ones, remember this was heavily discoloured, I mean, you can see right there the change next to a discoloured cart. And as I said, this is only what I'd call lightly discoloured. Let's bring this one out. That is Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan, so maybe this will be my next project. Very lightly discoloured. That should only take a couple of hours. And see the back. Again, light compared to this and compared to the Practically Perfect one. Barely any difference with these two. There you have it. So that is how to, using basically household items, how to get your tatty looking Game Boy carts near enough as good as new. I do have heaps and heaps of carts. These are just my loose ones, as I said, so I've got some work to do around here. I've got a cracked cart here. I wonder what that is. Amazing Penguin. This one, a little more problematic. It's got some blistering in there. It's got some what looks like bleaching from a pen, so I don't think that's going to come out. Cart is battered. It's quite a fun game. I do need to address this at some point, but from where this was at to where it is now, I am delighted. This can just slot back into here and just be a good looking addition to the cart selection. There we go. So if you want to see me cover off any more sort of hints and tips around the Game Boy, maybe some more sort of this retro brighting, if you want to see me do it again, maybe doing it, leaving it in the sun, or a comparison, a side by side with different methods, do let me know in the comment section down below. But again, there's that cart. I'm absolutely delighted. household peroxide. Costs about £2 a bottle. If you don't have access to one of the nail lights, you can just simply wrap this in cling film with the peroxide, and you can leave it in the blazing hot sunshine, maybe on your windowsill or whatever, and it will do the same trick, probably even faster. So thanks for watching, and until the next time, I'll see you later.